Hi everybody and welcome back to another episode. Today I'm going to do a card using the Excellent Easter stamp set from Stampin' Up. And here I'm stamping the egg on a piece of very vanilla cardstock that's cut at 2 by 3. And I'm using the black StazOn ink because I'm going to be using some blender pens. I did mess up, so I'm just stamping it again on the other side. It didn't quite come out the way I wanted it to. Okay, so using some So Saffron ink and a blender pen, I'm just going to use that to color in a part of the egg. Okay, now that I have that done, I'm going to wipe off the tip of my blender pen just to get the So Saffron off. And then I'm going to use some Sage Shadow ink just to give some more color to my egg. As you can see here, I'm squeezing the ink pad, and that's just to get the ink onto the top of my lid. It's the first time I've used this color to use my blender pen. Okay, now what I'm going to do is using a piece of So Saffron cardstock and a 1 1/4 punch, I'm just going to punch out a circle. And then what I'm going to do is the scallop circle, I'm going to punch that right on top of the circle that I punched already. As you can see, I need to maybe punch my punch on a piece of aluminum foil or some wax paper because it's getting kind of hard to punch. And what I'm going to do now is just using a sponge, I'm going to sponge the edges of the scallop with the So Saffron ink just to give it a little texture. Okay, what I'm going to do now is also, again, using the 1 1/4 inch punch, I'm just going to punch down in the lower left-hand quarter of my cardstock, and this is So Saffron cut at 11 by 4 1/4 and then scored and folded at 5 1/2. And what I'm going to do is adhere the egg now to the inside of my card. And what I'm going to do is, before I adhere it to the inside of the card, I just want to line it up on the inside of the circle so I know it's in the right spot. As you can see, I kind of moved it when I was putting it down, so I'm just going to adjust it. Okay, now that I have that on, using some dimensionals, and this is a great way to use up some of that stuff, some of the dimensionals on the side that aren't the full piece, is I'm just going to cut them into pieces, and then I'm going to use that on the back side of my scallop circle. You're just going to put a couple around. You want to make sure you have enough because if you only put a few, then it'll push down. It'll push down on the sides, and it just wouldn't look right. So you want to make sure you use enough of those. Okay, now that I have that done, I'm just going to line that right up onto the circle that I punched out on the front of the card. And now that just gives a little window for the egg to peek through. And now I'm going to use some very vanilla taffeta ribbon from Stampin' Up. The taffeta ribbon is my new favorite. It ties nice. It's just nice and easy to work with. And don't forget, anything that you see that I'm using here today is available on my Stampin' Up! Website. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to do here is just add a couple of buttons. These buttons are just buttons I've had laying around. I have a whole jar of buttons, so I just figured I better start using some of them. And I'm just going to use pop dots or glue dots rather, to adhere those to the front of the card. There you go, that's today's card. Thanks for watching. Bye!